How Long Gone?
How Long Gone? How Long Gone podcast.
They fucked up. They fucked up the fonts. Instagram's making changes. It's got my head spinning. I'm sorry for the confusion, Jason.
Is it like new as of now?
It's just like it came up as something. The default.
Is this breaking?
The default was a font that I don't recognize. So then I was thrown, and then the way you select has changed. In my experience. But I'm not an IG expert.
So your user journey is tarnished right now.
My user J is tarnished. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
I'm not really hungover, even though I got to sipping a bit last night. Just finished a nice dog walk out in the breeze of the 85-degree breeze. It's finally hot and sunny every day. It's good. And I'm going to go hit my last Pilates today before we go to Newport, Rhode Island.
Last Pilates for 2 whole days while we're in Rhode Island.
Right.
I'll pray.
That's right.
I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you.
Well, you know, I'm a house of cards that will tip and crumble at any given moment, and even taking 2 days off. You know, 2 days off is 2 more days than no days off. I think you know that more than anyone here.
You don't have to tell me. Yeah, you don't have to tell me. I don't know what a day off is, but I've heard that other people take them. I have heard that other people.
It's when I go to Greece.
I've heard. Yeah, we know. That's more than 1 day. But you could have.
You been to Greece?
You could have thrown some rocks around or something. You know what I mean? Really gone local mode. You know, started pushing stuff.
Throwing some rocks around.
Yeah,
I did a few hill climbs. Some of their local tavernas, you had to take the stairs. So, you know,
not tavernas.
So I did a few wind sprints.
After finding out what you actually did last night, I'm surprised you're not more. I would have to drink through that. So I'm surprised that you're not more hungover.
Yeah, well, I went to a media dinner. It was local emerging media talent, some friends of the show, some advertisers of the show.
I don't think it was local or emerging, but it's very nice of you to put it that way.
Okay, well, some people were local, some people were more emerging than others, maybe we'll say. But
okay,
yeah, it was. I did some networking. I'm the least emerging out of the group, just to be clear. But I make it look good the way I emerge. It was a Fisher Spooner song. I just remember that. Yeah, I got drunk, but not crazy. It was mostly just having white wine.
Got to keep it tight
while I networked.
On a Tuesday night. You can't go too crazy.
Yeah, and I was driving. You know, I feel like if you take an Uber to a 6 p.m. dinner on a Tuesday, you're either cool, awesome, and rich, or an alcoholic.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm kind of right in between on that spectrum.
Yeah, you're at the intersection. No pun intended.
Yeah, went to Stella West Hollywood. Had some beautiful local produce, some pasta, some pizza, and I took a little dessert home for KK. A little lobster tail style.
You took dessert home from a group dinner that was paid for by a corporation?
Private equity, but yeah.
That's a wild move, I gotta say. Even for you, that's a wild move.
In that it has like broke boy tendencies.
Not even broke boy. No, not necessarily broke boy tendencies. Just
uncouth.
More uncouth than broke. Yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, look, I have no respect for the Substack Corporation. I would take their dessert. You know what I mean? But I just feel like
I'll take your dessert.
Yeah, I'll take your damn dessert.
Yeah, my role at those types of things is not really for anyone to. You know, I'm kind of like the sideshow. I'm kind of like the clown, the hired help to get the convo.
So you're saying they
didn't
ask you to say a few
different bloggers.
They didn't ask you to say a few words about building community on a new platform or anything like that. You just kind of were eating pizza.
I was eating pizza, but I was in the middle of the table, so I kind of had running the convo responsibility a little bit. The heat is on you more so because it's like, what are you doing? It's like nothing, and well, you better be funny or cool or something because. As a founder, I don't know how to talk to people in public, especially women. So I'm kind of leaning on you to get this party started. So that was my job.
It's cool that founders
kind of like a DJ.
Founders communicate only through decks, so it is tough to kind of have a conversation with a founder. Unless you're giving them money, unless you're part of their seed round, they don't really want to have much to do with you.
Yeah, I would say business wise, you know, they're killers. but conversational wise, maybe we could say they're taking small swings.
I think they're killers if
to use founder speak.
I think they're killers if their bad idea eventually sells to a bigger corporation for millions of dollars. Until then, I think the body count is low.
With exponential year-over-year growth.
Yeah, with YoY growth, then maybe I'll give it to you. But otherwise,
it kind of felt good to do some, cosplaying as a business person in some ways, where people like legitimately don't know who you are, what you do. So they, it is plausible that I could be someone that they're interested in talking to.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they're interested in talking to you. You're the most interesting person there, and I'm not just saying that because I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, based on what I saw, you know what I mean. I'd rather talk to you, and I talk to you every fucking day.
Oh, that's so sweet. Slay me.
I know how to butter them up. You know. I'm glad you had fun.
Thanks, man. Shout out to Paul from the Infatuation. He was my seatmate.
Infatuation's like
we got to building.
Infatuation's like eater for people who like infographics, right?
I don't know how infographic heavy they are. I think they're.
I don't mean they're infographic heavy. I mean it's the same type of person. Because like, why would you go there versus somewhere else? I guess is what I go there. I use it. I guess
the reviews. It's not user reviews. It's they're vetted people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Anonymously.
That's true.
Some people have. Everyone has their opinions about every website.
No, I'm with you. Because the fact that you like to use Yelp all the time, which I find I like don't care what people that use Yelp think, but I do like that they vet their
actually Austin, my friend from Substack, he wrote something about kind of like doing a digital investigation of restaurants, about like the act where we're now able to use Google, Yelp, Infatuation, Eater, Instagram, and it's kind of like a investigative journalist, private eye style thing, and you just sort of go like Beautiful Mind, Ghost Protocol style, and you look at their 11 different websites, and you're able to sort of gain the essence and the aura of a business if you're just really good at it. The same way that people like you can hunt down clothes or shoes or on eBay. I know this guy just finds everything on eBay. He just has the sauce. Like you can kind of be like that with restaurants as well.
Totally.
And get an overall. I mean, I like to think that I'm good at doing that, but
you are. I've benefited from that with you many times. You're right. It's kind of like it does take the fun out of it because you really do know what you're getting into, before you get there. It's like a dating profile from what I understand. You can see all the pictures, everything they're into, but it still could surprise you when you get there.
That's true. Yeah. And just because, I guess that's the beauty and the pain of a review of a restaurant is like, as long as our tastes align, me and the reviewer, then everything is going to be good. So a good part about Infatuation is, they'll have the same, if you find like, this is my girl, this is my Asian food blogger chick whose sensibilities I align with.
I'm going to follow her.
If she says Mother Wolf is dope, I'm going to go to Mother Wolf. I'll probably like it. And then they'll also list like, here's what you ordered. Don't get this. Don't get this. Get this. Get this. And that, that's helpful.
I'm looking for more binary reviews. I want yes or no. I think we should. That's what I'm looking for. I'm tired of the detail. I'm tired of the flowery language. I'm tired of the person injecting themselves, into it. Just give me a yes or no.
Yeah, I guess.
Would you go again? Yes or no?
That's interesting that you say that. I know it's sort of a joke, but in it's sort of the exact opposite of, like you said, the author injecting their personality into a restaurant review, where nobody cares and nobody needs any of that. I think with the power of AI and data collection that has been happening to you, people will now be able to inject you onto the restaurant, and it's a simple yes or no. I know every single thing about Chris Black and his mouth and his palate, his digestion, his diet, his travel plans, blah, blah, blah.
Chill.
And then it's literally just, you type in a restaurant, boom, Dave's Hot Chicken, and it just says no. All right, okay, easy, done. And I think that's the future of concierge services. David Cho, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's not a bad idea. I'd prefer that than having to go through 1,000 words before I see a C- at the bottom or whatever.
Nobody wants to hear, well, it depends. You're like, No, bitch, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I work too hard for it to
I mean,
depend.
yes or no is where I'm landing on most things. We need a yes or no. That's my idea. That's my idea.
Whereas I'm kind of more of a non-binary as it pertains to restaurant reviews. We have a guest today.
For one time in your life, you're non-binary. We do have a guest today. Friend of both Jason and I.
They have a guest today.
Friend of the program, Shaad D'Souza. Melbourne local, living in London. He's a music writer for all of your favorite publications, from Pitchfork and The Guardian to the New York Times.
Yeah, you might catch him on the Face podcast,
mate,
learning about British stuff,
and he'll talk shit too. That's one thing I like about. I just spent a lot of time I've spent a lot of time watching Shaad put down the tall boys in the rain in the last couple weeks. So
this cheeky little diva knows how to key, and he's gonna key us up.
As a true young person, he still parties, which I think is really important for our society. And it's deeply British, but it's also cool for everyone.
We need to protect our young people voices, don't we, Chris? Especially ones who potty.
Especially ones who shit on Katy Perry. Absolutely. Shaad, let's give Shaad a jingle.
All right.
What's up?
What's up?
What does your shirt say?
It says Free Natalie.
Who's Natalie?
Natalie Maines from the Dixie Chicks. It's a Dixie Chicks t-shirt. Yeah. I recently bought it.
I forgot you were a chick.
Yeah, I'm a chick. And on the back it says, I did the chicks. Which is really not true in my case. But
you haven't had a scissor?
But yeah, this is my latest cop. It was too expensive. I think I should have bought it probably like a year ago when it was like $90, but it set me back a pretty penny.
How much are we talking for the Dixie Chicks tee?
So the Lolo was $90. What, you did not spend $200 on this Dixie Chicks shirt that anyone could have made.
But
don't do that, Jason.
It's on the vintage t-shirt. Would you say that to Justin Bieber's t-shirt dealer? Would you say you could have just made it yourself? No, you would not.
That's true.
He would never do that. He would never do that.
You would never disrespect him like that.
Free Dixie.
This brings me to a great thing I wanted to talk about with you right off the bat, because Jason, when I might have told you this, but when Shaad and I were hanging out a couple weeks ago, he told me that he goes shopping every day and that he can't help himself and he's not afraid to cop, and that he likes to work in the morning and go shopping in the afternoon every day. And I was like, every day? And he's like, yeah, basically every day.
Okay.
And that just seems...
So you're just a housewife at this point.
It blew me away.
I guess, well, I mean, I'm not buying something every day.
Mm-hmm.
I am like going to places where I can like go to a shop every day, basically. Because here's something no one tells you about writing, but that like people aren't honest about this. If you are like really efficient and good, it's not taking you 8 hours a day. Like, it's just not. I don't know what you're doing. Obviously, if you're like a real journalist, but like if you do what I do, which is kind of like soft journalism, you're not like, you can be really efficient with those 2 morning hours, and then in the afternoon you can hit all the different shops.
I agree. Hit all the shops.
Okay,
but I want to be clear that the shops aren't selling like produce and trinkets. The shops are strictly selling clothing. That's what I want to be clear about.
Some of them are selling trinkets. Like, I love trinkets. Like,
Trink me down.
I love cute little things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there will never be enough like little boxes to put all the amount of like small little things I have in. There will never be. There's not enough containers in the world for the amount of minis.
You're really giving Asian mom right now, Shadi. I gotta say.
Thank you.
I wanted to. Yeah. I know it's complimentary in parentheses. Yeah. When you said shopping every day, I sort of assumed that this was going to be primarily online, but you are physically going to brick and mortar clothing stores at least 5 days per week?
Yeah, I really hate online shopping. It's not satisfying to me.
See, that's the beauty of some of these, Jason, some of these young people, they surprise you. They want to be offline. Mm-hmm. You have a little cider.
You like IRL experiences.
I made a martini in preparation for our
that
call.
That martini looks like urine, but I'll take your word for it.
It's mostly brine. Yeah, you got me. I just pissed in a cup and now I'm drinking it.
You're a pissy guy, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of.
Your martini, as you get older, you drink enough. Shaad, you drink enough now to where we can start messing with that ratio of vodka to olive brine. We want to get that thing looking a lot more clear for 2025. Okay, sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for that. That's really good advice from one generation to another. But wait, back to online shopping. I'm sorry, no one is
Sorry.
really satisfied by online shopping. Like, you can't tell me it's satisfying. And also, if you're just online shopping, everyone's just too lazy to return anything, so everyone's wearing ill-fitting clothes. It's just not. I believe it needs to end.
I'm famously anti-returns, but I will say that I agree with you on some level, but when I go to my post office box and I have to fucking rent a car to get all the packages back to my house, I have to say that it's pretty exciting. I can't lie. It's exciting.
But I mean,
It's Christmas morning, 3 days a week.
Yeah, no, that's so true. But I mean, like, you can still, like, I got this T-shirt. I got this T-shirt in the mail. You know, you can still get stuff in the mail, but like buying something new online when you could just go to a shop and like buy it straight away.
I agree. Well, in London there are shops. That's the difference. Like, I actually went on Sunday to CHCM and bought this Oralee shirt I had been looking at, and it was so efficient because I knew what I wanted. I walked in, I found it, I tried it on, I was out in 10 minutes. And it did feel good to have a IRL experience.
Yeah, and you get to pound the pavement, you get to put on an outfit, like, you can really make a whole day of it. It can become akin to a full-time job if you do it right.
Unpaid opportunity.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's an unpaid. It's actually, Jason, it's a losing money opportunity.
Yes.
more than it is unpaid.
It's really good for exposure. It's
huge. It's huge for exposure.
We're able to pay an exposure right now. You get to expose my clothing brand on this paper bag.
Do you have other friends that you link up with that also are jobless, or are you kind of doing this as a solo mission?
Most of my friends are jobless. I mean, a lot of them are jobless. Shout out to the ones with jobs. But no, I mean, because it's a really good time. If you're just like shopping, it's like, I kind of explained this to you the other day, but I think I was kind of yelling and like drunk or whatever. But like, so like, you're like shopping and you're listening to something, whether that's like an album you have to like try and think about or absorb, or like a podcast or whatever, and you're shopping and it becomes so absent-minded that you're like really concentrating on, say, like the album you're listening to. Like, if I have to review a record, then like shopping is a really good activity because I can't be like reading stuff while I do it. I just have to be looking at these like blobs of like color and shape and stuff. And then I can really think about the record. So it's kind of like we could call it like an artistic process.
Don't talk about clothing like that. It's not just blobs and colors. It's
I know
someone's
exactly
art.
what you mean.
And
oh my God.
Secondly, that's what exercise is for.
Do I look like I exercise?
Some of those coats are getting kind of heavy, Chris, and you have to slide them over.
No. I'm saying I'm saying you're going to eventually come to exercise as the place to do that as you get older.
But also,
Trust me
you
on
walk
this.
a lot, and that's a good time. But I think what you've created, because people tell me all the time podcasting is good for passive listening. I'm able to listen to Red Scare while I'm doing the dishes and cleaning the litter box and everything like that.
Amen.
But you're doing passive shopping because listening is your job. Like, you have to focus on it. So the act of shopping is your passive activity.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, and I get to buy something as part of it as well. So it's kind of like a win-win-win. Like, I'm not just doing stupid chores or whatever.
Love to buy.
You were sending me some pretty lit items as well. It's not like I'm going to go get a pack of white teas. I'm going to go get some experimental cutting edge fashion.
I'm gonna get some Ashley Williams knickers.
Oh, I mean, I wish.
Gonna get some cum jeans.
Actually, kind of like borderline. Sometimes I'm like, the like Margiela piss jeans or whatever, or like cum jeans or whatever. I'm like, kind of like not no. Like,
well,
you know what I mean?
It's a big no for me because I would look like a buffoon, but it's a yes for you because you could actually wear them. It's to each their own.
You can pull off. Not everyone can pull off pissy Pampers like you can, shoddy boy. Chris wears them. It's all wrong.
It's all wrong.
It doesn't
We've
work.
established that I'm a pissy guy.
Yeah,
so maybe the piss jeans is kind of like natural.
Kind of time after time.
Yeah,
we have proven that.
If we're gonna establish one thing, he's a pissy guy. That's for fucking sure.
Shaad, do you think pissing your pants is brat? It's so brat, right?
Oh my God, is pissing your pants brat? Oh my God. You know what? If I'm to take this question seriously, it's like, I guess like doing like way too many drugs and pissing your pants like is kind of brat. So like there's contexts in which
I agree.
pants pissing is kind of brat.
I would argue if you're like 3 years old and you intentionally piss your pants to anger your parents, That is a Webster's definition of being a little brat.
That's true.
That's brat down.
That's
Yeah,
brat to the core.
But that was more so a transition to talk about brat with you, one of our leading brat minds currently in the space.
Thank you so much. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of people talking about brat.
Are you talking about Vice President Kamala Harris, or are you talking about other people?
I don't know. Has she addressed brat? I feel like she shouldn't.
She hasn't addressed it, but several middle-aged white news correspondents on MSNBC, Fox, and CNN have tried to unpack what it all means, unsuccessfully.
They have to take everything from us. They
Us meaning who?
I don't know, cool people. I don't know.
The youth of the nation.
We are.
Chris got it. But I think Kamala is funny and stupid enough to be good without the brat edits. I think the moment something cool gets co-opted by kind of a political a party politics thing, it's just a bit okay guys, we're a bit now, because my mom's gonna text me soon and be
Yeah.
what is brat? I heard Kamala is brat, and I'll have to be no mom, don't worry about it, she's not brat. I don't know.
Don't worry about it, kitten. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
This is the top. This is the peak of brat. This, it can't go any further. I don't know if once you touch presidential campaign, where do you go from there?
The only step for it to go further is if Trump is you know what, I'm brat too, and then it's a double brat. It's a bipartisan brat.
It's a brat off. It's a brat off in Washington.
Because Donald can out brat her is the problem.
I don't mean this in any partisan way, but Donald is objectively more brat than Kamala. Objectively.
Of course.
It's if he does adopt brat, then I think that he's won. It's over. Because he his little faces and the little voices he does and making up nicknames, he's really honest about his ops, which as we know, Charlie is on Brat.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of common links we can draw. If
being honest about your ops is Brat, then I guess I'm Brat too. I'm feeling pretty cool
and
now.
Are we saying opposition or opportunities? Because it could go either way.
Opposition.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Trump doing and there will be blood. I drink your milkshake from Kamala. He can just take Brat away from her.
Maybe he should. I mean, I don't know. There's how many? We got 100 days till the election.
I think unfortunately for Big Don, it's too much part of gay culture for him to ever embrace it.
I mean, but which is he loves Elton John. There's the classic Tiny Dancer video. We don't know.
Hey, so do I, bro. We're straight. Straight guys love Elton John. Don't do that.
That's actually so true. I don't really know any gay guys who love Elton John.
That's because you guys don't respect your forefathers the way you should, and that's something to think about.
True. That's honestly.
No, it's because Elton is in the eye of the storm. You can't see him.
Yeah, so fucking true. Oh my god.
I'm a big Elton guy. I didn't actually know Don was an Elton guy. I mean, it makes sense to do it with his age, though.
Yeah, and I think he loves classic rock and stuff like that. He's
just loves a good song. Don't matter who make it. Aphex Twin.
Stuff you're into. It's it's kind of this.
That.
It's the stuff that influenced Sophie.
Village People, the classics.
Oh,
Yes.
he does love YMCA, right? He loves YMCA.
I think he's an ally to the gays.
He always surprises you.
I don't think he's an ally to the gays. I think he is allied to the kind of guy who taps his foot twice under the stall to get a blowjob.
Yeah, behind closed doors. He can't do it publicly.
Yeah,
behind closed stalls. But I've also heard that Don listens to John Cage and kind of experimental drone 80s stuff.
There is no way that Donald Trump listens to John Cage. Who told you that?
Wait, no, but I saw this thing, and okay, I fall for deep fakes and stuff
Yeah.
all the time, literally every day. But I saw this thing where he was talking about Steve Reich. Is that real?
Yeah.
Have I been got again?
No, I think that's true.
Yeah. See,
I think he means Third Reich when he's talking about it. I don't think he's
good,
able
Chris.
to. I don't think he's able to differentiate.
That was a nice snappy. Netflix is a joke festival. Here we come.
We're ready. Netflix put us in. I'm like John Mulaney with good music taste.
What kind of music does John Mulaney like?
Joyce Manor.
Oh, I could pick that for him. I actually, if you,
I mean, it was cool. It was
four
honestly,
goes,
it
I
was
could have gotten
cool of
there.
him to have Joyce Manor play on a TV show because that wouldn't happen otherwise. I'm just
They played
kidding.
on his show,
Yeah, they played.
That's cool.
Yeah, they played on the show.
These guys rock.
doing like an irreverent kind of like chatty kind of comedy show with a band. He's kind of like stealing your bit, like your potential bit.
His was a little. I didn't really like it very much. We talked about it a lot. I thought it was a little too like conceptual for me. Like I'd prefer it to be a little more straight ahead.
Just like a regular late night show.
Kind of. I just feel like that there's like I don't know why. I just don't understand the need to like really experiment with make it like outsidery. It just doesn't seem like that's the kind of canvas for that. In my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't partake, but I don't really.
You know what I'm saying, Jason, right? It was like it was like weird, like we're going to make it look like 70s PBS for 20 minutes. And then it's like,
Yeah.
that felt unnecessary to me.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know what's going to come with that show. I mean, I think it's a good step in a journey. Hopefully it'll pave the way for future programming like that. Because when it was good, it was good.
That's true. No, that's true. I mean, it's cool that they let him do it because it doesn't really I mean,
Like any live TV.
yeah, I guess because they did it. That was the whole thing. It was like live, which of course no one watched it live. And then you can just watch it whenever.
Well, we're paving the way because Joe Rogan has a live special next weekend on Netflix
Oh,
Oh.
really?
called Burn the Boats.
Is it 4 hours like his shows?
Bro, he's going to go until he goes. He doesn't give a F
See, the
what
problem-
the producers say.
The problem, Shaad, and this is something I learned firsthand and spent my hard-earned money on, is that Joe Rogan podcast and Joe Rogan comedy are two different things, and they're both bad in different ways. But somehow, the stand-up comedy is much worse than the podcast.
And one facilitates the other.
Well, he doesn't really like interact with enough people to like make jokes anymore, right? Like he kind of just like goes in his like oxygen tank and and kind of spends time alone for like 10 hours a day, right? It can't be good for like,
Yeah, it's
comedic material.
That's the classic problem of comedians. Once you reach that, you got guys complaining about your private jet and your cold plunge filter overflowed, and you become not relatable
Yeah.
anymore.
What's
But
the
he's-
deal with cold plunge filters?
What is the deal with Lamborghini Gallardo assisted parking services? What a pain in the pooper. Have you seen these things? But I think that I think because the podcast is so popular and he has so many fans, he thinks that what he's doing is good enough because everyone will clap for him regardless. And he's just kind of stuck in
and
like
they'll buy
1994.
they'll buy tickets just to like see their hero in the flesh.
It's kind of like How Long Gone Live.
Exactly.
When we show up, we don't really do much.
We don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I love How Long Gone Live. I always have the one in Melbourne, wonderful. London, great.
That was a good one.
Melbourne was a really good one. Melbourne was and it was nice because it was a surprise because we truly had no idea what to expect.
People were like starstruck. I think when like an American comes to town, everyone's just excited, Just a good feeling.
Oh, we definitely benefited from just coming to town. I know that. I know that to be a fact.
Yeah,
but
this flat white's on the house, big fella. That kind of stuff.
It's good. It's nice of
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
the good people of Australia to understand that it is such a journey to get there that we're going to buy your hats, when you show up. It's nice.
Yeah, it's a kind and generous people, kind of.
Kind. Actually, we had a great experience, but I don't know if you're known as kind
No,
people.
that's so true. Actually, okay. Would you guys agree that all New Yorkers kind of hate Australians?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was in
But
LA,
also all New Yorkers
I was
all
in-
New Yorkers hate Los Angelites as well, and Australians and Los Angelites are sort of two peas in a pod, mushy peas in a pod.
yeah, well, so I'm in LA. I'm at the Black Cat, iconic LGBT venue, and I'm telling
Hold on, the Black Cat in Silver Lake's an LGBTQ plus A venue.
Oh yeah, from the
it's
60s.
an iconic gay bar.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just remember when it rebranded for like white people with BMW station wagons.
Yeah, gay guys.
Yeah, now it's an iconic date raping bar, but it used to be on the forefront of some civil right activism and gay
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
in the
So
60s.
it's Silver Lake Stonewall. Who knew? Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
It is. It is.
I was at the iconic LGBT venue, the Black Cat, and I was talking to my friends both
Having
from
a
LA.
cheeky Aperol spritz.
Yeah, actually, we were drinking martinis that were much less piss yellow than this. But
Play.
we were just talking about how I was like, oh yeah, New Yorkers hate Australians, and then this old guy who's like sitting at the bar next to us, we're like outside, sitting at the like outdoor bit facing
The
outside.
picnic tables.
Yeah. And the guy sitting alone next to us turns to me and he's like, I don't think that's true. And I was like, oh, yeah, but like generally, like New Yorkers hate Australians. And he was like, I'm from New York and like I just don't believe that's true at all. And it was the comedian David Cross. He had just been drinking alone at the Black Cat.
What?
And then he proceeded to like have this argument with us. He was like, it's impossible to say that all New Yorkers hate Australians. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that no New Yorkers hate Australians whatsoever.
He was working a bit out on your ass. He was just having fun.
I know, right? It was so crazy, but I was like, he must just like come to bars and then start fights with people.
Former How Long Gone guest, David Cross.
Oh, really?
He's really become, he's kind of morphed into a real crab apple in the last few years, I think. He's sort of gone curmudgeon mode, and
He's
it's
so
irreparable.
He's very, very, very rich from voiceover work. So I think that it's like he's living a much better than people realize, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's become a little get off my lawn type guy, and he used to be,
But-
the exact opposite.
I'm also a New Yorker who's originally from Atlanta, just like David Cross. And I will say that as a friend to the Australian people, and a lover of some of your best delicacies, I don't mean surfer chicks, I mean avocado toast. I think that the problem is it feels like there's a lot of you, and then you open restaurants and bars and stuff.
You guys are
and
like
it's
hot
inescapable.
blonde cockroaches. You open the door one day
No,
and
I
there's
know.
50 of them on the floor.
Yeah, I gotta walk by Two Hands. There's 10 hot guys out there fucking serving eggs. I gotta walk by Dudley's. There's fucking 10 hot guys there. It's just there's hot guys everywhere. It's the hot guys.
And they're wearing Travis Scott t-shirts.
Yes.
And this is what I was saying. I was like, it's not malicious. It's just like there are so many and they keep coming and it's just annoying. And the comedian David Cross refused to believe that any New Yorkers could hate Australia.
The only, I
At all.
mean, they definitely do, but I think it's also just kind of a joke. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's like something everyone says.
But also, like, I hate other Australians in London. Like, we're an annoying people, objectively.
I met a new Australian recently. A new Australian entered my life, and he does own a restaurant, and but I like him and his restaurant, and so it's made me think differently. Like, I would never go to Dudley's. I can't be seen at Dudley's, but I'll go to this bowl and dap up Nathan and enjoy my healthy bowl from the shores of your island.
You don't like first wave Australians, first generation Australian immigrants. You like maybe second wave Australian cookeries.
Well, I notoriously like
Once
hot.
they've assimilated a bit.
I like hot guys.
It's just like third wave coffee.
Yeah.
You like third wave Australians.
But I prefer, if you're offering me good conversation in a healthy, fresh bowl versus some eggs and sorority girls, I'm going to go with you, you know.
But there's a lot of similarities. I think Australians and New Yorkers are both very liberal with their cursing and their foul language. I feel like that's a bonding point that you people could maybe try out.
Don't say you people.
Like, you people. Yeah. I like, when I was growing up and like you'd watch a movie and they'd all be like freaking out about like the C word, like, oh my God, like they called this person a C word or whatever. Like in the movie, it's like a plot point that like someone was called a cunt. But it's like in Australia, it's like you're like 6 years old and you're like yelling that around. Like people just like say it. But I feel like that's kind of like
on the cricket field, you're calling your competition a cunt. I get it.
You're
Yeah,
throwing
I
the
don't- I
cunt
feel
around
like-
willy-nilly.
it's like that's like one of our greatest exports, maybe. Like people now are kind of like coming around to its use just like in everyday language.
No, it's changed. No, the attitude has changed. Cunt used to be considered like the worst insult you could say to someone, and that is not the case anymore.
now it's like, ooh, cunty. But that's not Australian, obviously.
Do you guys get credit for that? I think of that as a British thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was. Oh, okay.
It's
maybe
both.
I'm wrong. Maybe
It's both.
Maybe
I'm sure
we
it's
got
both.
it.
I mean, you guys
maybe
have
we got it from the Brits. Maybe once again we're a country devoid of original culture.
I think the Brits invented it and the Australians perfected it.
That's
Yeah,
really
that's
nice.
probably fair,
That's
Jason. That's probably fair.
Jason.
Yeah, Connie.
How do you have a network of fellow Australians in London that you build with, or do you try to avoid them like the plague?
We've got like, so Liam and I hang out with probably like 6. There's probably like 6 that we hang out with regularly. But then there's
I've
like
taken the 6th.
London Australians. So like people who live in like Clapham, or like Shepherd's Bush. It's like they're not really like, you kind of like it's like, oh, you're Australian, like brackets derogatory. Like it's just kind of a different
Clapham?
thing, you know.
Because of what neighborhood they live in London,
No,
they're considered.
no, they're like Australian enclaves. They're like all like there's like hundreds or thousands of Australians in those suburbs.
I didn't
yeah,
realize
yeah,
that.
yeah. They're like every Australian like will move to Clapham. So like we don't have any like of those.
Okay.
But,
Okay. So you're not with your immigrant brothers. You're in whatever cool guy neighborhood you live in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not. I mean, I don't even know if it's considered cool anymore. We're in London Fields. I want to move back to South London, where it's a bit like there's more. I don't know. Here it's very like creative director around here.
Don't come for us. It's going to take 45 minutes to get on the tube to get anywhere anyway. You might as well just pick which.
But he's too young to be living in a creative director neighborhood.
That's true.
He still needs to see people in life and
Thank you so much.
puke and piss.
Yeah, where could you go? What is the Shoreditch of 2024?
Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. Probably somewhere where I don't actually want to live. But actually, I've been working on the theory that like everyone cool now is like 40. Like 40 is the new like 25.
Hell yeah.
Like Caroline Polachek, nearly 40. Kalela, I think she's like 41 or 42.
Mm-hmm.
MIA is like 50. You guys, Chris, I'm sorry. I accidentally referred to Chris as 45 the other day. He's 41. Yeah, I just feel like everyone, and I keep finding out that like people I think are really cool are like 39, 40, 41.
Are there any
like,
other gay
that.
icons you can continue to name that are in that age range? I like where you're going with this.
I actually have a list somewhere that I'll dig it up later, but like I've been working on this theory for a bit that like kind of like really cool people now are like late 30s, mid 40s kind of thing, because it's kind of like cringe. It's kind of cringe to be in your 20s. No, like it's like, okay, like oh, I'm 24, I'm gonna wear a beanie with bunny ears on it. Like I just don't know. Like I don't know if I moved straight too far from God's light in many ways.
You make a good point.
Are 40-year-old people of the last generation before minds were poisoned by whatever has caused us to wear bunny ear beanies in our mid-20s instead of when you're 3?
Wait, what?
The millennial generation, 40-year-old people, are we the last generation of people who, still had a childhood in an uncanceled culture world, growing up without social media?
Oh,
yes.
Oh, I see. No, absolutely.
It's all social media. It's all has to do with having a phone.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I remember when I was in high school and like everyone got phones, maybe when we were like 14, 15. I think it caused so much like psychic damage on everyone at my school and like around me. It's just like, I think it's like, no, it's not. Yeah, wow, that's a really interesting. So, do we call that sociological?
You got a phone when you're 13 or so, and all of your peers had a phone. Like everyone has a phone. You have a phone like in class, like you're texting during science.
Yeah, well, it's like you're like Snapchatting. It was like you're like Snapchatting.
I'm Snapchatting tit pics.
Well, actually, this was like a huge thing. It's just crazy to think about, but it's like there was like some girl at my school like sent like a nude on Snapchat to someone, and then he like screenshot it and shared it to his friends, and like the school didn't know what to do, and like the police didn't know what to do, because there was just like no precedent for it. It was just like what do we do here? And it's like it was just like random.
Sounds like a Degrassi episode.
What is she doing now? I hope she's doing okay.
She's obviously no longer with us.
I actually don't know. I should sometimes I like go on Facebook and try and look people up, but like thankfully no one has updated their Facebook profile in like 6 years. So it's like really, it's bad for me as someone who like has a lot of time to kill, but good for everyone else.
I look at Facebook all the time too, but updating it would be catastrophic.
It would just be like, I think like surely it's like a security risk at this point. Like surely like the moment you set a Facebook status, like bots will like come for you or something. I don't know.
As soon as you press return.
Yeah, I don't even really know what goes on there.
Yeah, Chris still goes on Facebook. I like the sort of unspoken agreement that we all agree to never post anything, and we just kind of use it to lurk.
Did you guys
which is a resource we need.
when you guys got married, did you update your relationship status on Facebook so people knew not to kind of like slide into the messenger DMs?
I disabled my grinder, but I don't have that.
That's not what I've heard.
But you found it?
Recently, someone from like my high school era who had like 3 kids, full marriage, posted on Facebook, "We're ready to come out with our love," and she's now with some like full on, and they're like raising the kids together. Yeah, I was just like, damn, this is crazy. This is why. Can I not say that? Jason, beep that out. That's why.
Okay.
I think, Pride Month is over. You're allowed to say whatever you want in July.
We're only allowed to say that word when snail mail is on, Chris. You know the rules.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was just like, it was stunning to me because I was like, wow, this is the biggest, because the kind of chick that marries like a twerp, and now she has gotten rid of the twerp. And she's with this chick who's more manly than her ex-husband.
She went from a zero to a hero, stud country.
Exactly. She went stud country mode, and I'm proud of her.
I don't want a slice of cake. I want the whole thing. Sorry, go ahead.
You should introduce her to the editors over at The Cut, because I would love to read a 20,000 word article about that. Like, literally, I want to spend 2 hours reading an article all about her discovery of wanting to date a butch lesbian.
That truly is a cut. That's a cut.
That's a cover story.
Let's not sleep on twerp death. Twink death is good, but twerp visibility is important.
Twerp visibility is important, and a lot of them are, I believe, in a similar position to this guy, where they're having to search out new love at midlife, which is hard.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the twerp is up to. Like, was he closeted too? Like, I think there's a lot in this story that like a really intrepid reporter could kind of uncover.
If your chick leaves you for a chick, that's fine. But if your husband leaves you for a dude, that is not okay. I don't make the rules.
Explain.
That's just that. I'm just saying it's more palatable for a woman to leave. You know what I mean? Like a dude.
Palatable
Jason,
is the word we're using.
No, but you know what I mean, Jason. You know what I mean? It's like if your wife leaves you for a guy that's got more money and better looking than you want to kill yourself. If she leaves you for a chick, you're like, oh, it's just a different flavor. I can't. There's nothing I can do about this.
I don't have the hardware down there. My hands are tied. What am I going to do?
Exactly. Exactly. But if you're a wife and your husband leaves you for a man, you're never coming back from that.
No, wait.
Well, I think if you're a wife and your husband leaves you for another man, every wife is like, I knew it.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
you have a little bit of that.
That's true.
Everyone is like, I knew it. I think that's the most like, and it is like, if you know it, do you think you say? You can't really. It's kind of a rude thing to say.
You can't.
Right. That's kind of like not good.
It's like the meme. Like if I ever end up being gay, I won't say it, but there'll be signs.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of
So
thing.
you're saying if your friend is married to a gay guy, clearly you can't go to your friend and be like, "Yo, what's up with your gay husband?" Is what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean,
that's what we call a tell in the industry.
Like a Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds situation.
I need to watch out who Alex is talking to, because I don't want. I'm afraid somebody's going to approach.
And I mean, she's so personable and warm. I mean, you just.
They'll be like, hey, it was so nice to meet you. Also, before I go, your husband's gay, so I'll see you. I'll see you next time.
I just think you should know.
Have your wives? I'm really kind of obsessed with both your wives. Have they ever considered doing kind of like a How Long Gone spin-off? You could call it like a kind of like Call Her Daddy for the Tinned Fish crowd. Like, I think they could make a lot of money.
I think they hate this podcast more than anyone else, probably deep down, and I respect them for that.
Well, I've tried to pitch this idea to them, the Real Housewives of Spotify, and they have not taken the bait just quite yet. I know
it would be so good.
That the idea of that to them is probably pure hell.
Real Housewives of Spotify is in general a good idea though for something. That's a good concept.
I'll put that. I'm putting that on my bulletin board right now for later.
All 3 of the guys from Smartless, their wives, ex-wives, husbands. We got Dax Shepard's Kristen Bell could be on it. This Mark Maron's got a girlfriend.
Yeah,
I'm
somebody.
Sure.
I got a deal at at Amazon. I come in with my new Birkin. You're like, yeah, Dax got his contract updated, and I throw a drink in her face. You fucking bitch! I'm only at Audacity or whatever. I'm only at Wondery. Get your little Wondery bitch out of here.
Damn,
this
Wondery,
Amazon bitch.
Wondery, you pull up in the Civic. Amazon, you pull up in the Bentley. There's going to be a clear differentiation between success.
I like this. That reminds me of the Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Oh
Kevin
wait, is
Hart's,
that the gay?
Great
great
show.
Back
Is that
when
the
Hart was
gay
Hart.
guy, the gay guy show that they put on before RuPaul's Drag Race, and then all the gay guys complained, so they took it off the air? Is that?
I don't think it wasn't a gay guy show.
Oh,
it was
okay.
It wasn't a gay guy show, but that's why it shouldn't be on before Drag Race. If that's what, like, it's not a good lead
No,
in.
I'm thinking of the
Kevin Hart's like, I don't know, no gay shit.
the real friends of WeHo, the kind of like gay guys, housewives on MTV, and they made RuPaul's Drag Race episodes shorter so they could air it. And then fans complained so much that they just cancelled the show and made episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race back to 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys ever watch this show?
90 minutes is too fucking long.
No,
Jesus Christ. What is wrong with people?
It is too long.
They
It is
give
too
us
long.
the disease so they can sell us the cure.
Exactly, Jason. Exactly, Jason. Thank you for speaking up.
It is.
Thank you.
I think RuPaul's Drag Race is like Top Chef for gays. It's like you're seated and you watch every episode. It's just what you do.
It's like sport because it's like
you have to be versed.
it's like on all year
like
round because there's like when one season ends, like a new variation begins. So you can be watching it the whole year. It's like
when football's over, Aussie rules kicks in. Then it's cricket.
exactly.
Then it's rugby.
Yeah, exactly.
It never ends.
But you follow sport a little bit, don't you? Or you just do it for the drinking?
Slander. Excuse me.
Or do you do it for the shorts?
I would be drinking without the sports, and I would be wearing shorts without the sports as well.
Okay.
No, I only.
That's
I
fun.
watched,
That was a fun little rhyme. That was a cute little way to
I'm
say
a writer.
it.
there.
Yeah, I'm a writer.
Mm-hmm.
No, I watched the Euros. I unsuccessfully tried to get Chris to come watch the Euros. But I watched the Euros because it's like a short tournament. So it's like you can become really invested, but it's kind of like a hard thing. I don't know if you guys know this. It's kind of like stressful watching sports because you're like, oh, they're like about to get a goal, and then they don't. You just feel this like it's like stress. Like I kind of didn't realize.
Here's the thing, Shaad. The reason I don't watch sports is because when that happens, I don't feel any stress.
Right.
I don't care at all about the outcome, and that's why I know it's not necessarily for me.
Yeah. But yeah, I've kind of dabbled in like if there's like a big AFL game, like I'll watch the grand final and stuff. But that actually is mostly an excuse to like drink and do drugs. But like,
Well, so were you rooting for England in the Euros, Sean?
yeah, kind of like against my better instincts. But like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like you can't really if you're like going to a pub to watch it, you can't really not root for England because like people will like kill you. Like people will literally kill you.
We'll drag you out by your knickers.
Yeah, exactly.
That could end in violence. That could end in violence in a bad way for you.
Yeah. I had to put a jumper on over my Spain jersey.
I love talking about drugs with you because I think last time I saw you, I couldn't find you at the DH2 party, and then I texted you the next day, and you were like, I was like, oh, did you stay out late? And you're like, oh yeah, I got home at 3. I went to a second location.
Yeah.
And then I said, were you on drugs? And you were like, yes, you fucking idiot. Of course I was on drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stay out past like 10, sometimes 9 if I'm not on drugs. Also, yeah, but
9?
Damn, bro, you're just like me, bro. This is why I fuck with you.
You can't even make it to dessert without a bump.
I get so tired.
I'm with you.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, Sha, what time do you wake up in the morning? Sleepy bear?
11.
Actually, we don't have blinds, so like there was a couple of weeks, maybe like a month ago, where I was waking up at like 4 a.m. and then going back to sleep for a little bit. But now it's kind of like at a healthy kind of like I'll wake. So this morning I woke up at like 6:30, went on my phone for like half an hour, went to sleep for half an hour, and then got up properly at 7:30.
Okay. That's actually earlier than I would have thought. Jason, I'm sure you agree.
It is. That's a good, respectable early time. So then during the day, you're doing a 10K run or a CrossFit thing, then that gets you wiped out, so you can't make it till 8:30.
Well, no. Okay, so I'm like, so like average day, average like freelancing day. It's like get up really early.
Yeah, walk us through. Get ready with
Yeah,
me.
get ready with me. Helen gone, get ready with me. So because I'm like getting up early because like I'm also not filing an article until the last possible minute. So let's say that's like 10 a.m. the day of. That's like the latest you can file something.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll get up at like 7:30, go to the cafe at 8, write for 2 hours or whatever until I'm finished the piece. File the piece. Then it's like, what am I gonna do? Then I go to Soho, go to my shops. Then by that time it's the afternoon, and then I'm kind of like, I'm coming home, I'm lounging around a little
Where
bit.
has the day gone?
That's kind of the vibe. Like honestly, you can just pound the pavement. You can just, and this is like, okay, so if I'm like going to Dover Street Market,
So you work 8 to 10 every day?
yeah, look, a good day will see me working like 8 till midday.
And 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
But isn't
just
it?
To be clear.
I don't know where I heard this, so maybe I made it up. but I thought that like everyone only has kind of like a few productive hours in them every day, and then the rest are just like faff.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's definitely there's only 2 to 4 hours a day where I feel like I'm really firing. The rest of
so
it I'm like doing
why-
the stuff, but because some of us have to have calls and stuff, and like we don't get to just interview Kevin Parker about his APC collaboration and then go to the shops, you know.
Oh god,
Those 3 hours of focused work are spread out for the entire day, and you knock them out in one chunk. But yeah, let's talk about APC Kevin Parker collab.
God.
Which pieces do you have? Which pieces do you want? Which pieces do you hate?
I should ask them to send me some of the product, because really it was like
You can try.
it was like I've interviewed him before, and I guess it was like after a period of like really rigorous media training. Because when I interviewed him around his last album, I was like, okay, you're kind of like, you've got things to say, you're kind of like dialed in. This APC collaboration, it's like he's literally like said like it took him so long to say a sentence. Like he just had nothing to say about it. It was just like, I don't know.
I don't think anyone has anything to say about it.
I know. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? But
I
like,
made the tote bag orange. That's
Yeah.
about, you know.
I mean,
we're done here.
I don't understand Kevin Parker. I've never understood Kevin Parker to begin, but I also know that he just has a huge audience, and that's all that really matters to some.
Yeah.
extent.
Musical
well,
genius.
so, I
Musical
mean,
genius.
that's
He's
kind
got
of
one
why.
song.
That's
He's
kind
got
of what.
one.
Well, okay, I'm like a fan. Like you kind of have to be a fan if you're like from Australia. But like I did the interview because I was like, one, most commissions I'm taking because I love money. But two, I was like, he's like big. Like maybe he'll have interesting things to say about like, because he did Glastonbury with Dua Lipa and kind of like flopped. Like it was like pretty bad. Had nothing interesting to say about that. Couldn't talk about the new album. Didn't really know what to say about his clothes. It was like, it felt like a real disaster.
He doesn't seem like he brings the banter and the chat.
No, but the thing is, he seemed really nice. I was like, oh, you seem kind of like a good hang, but like you just weren't made to like do interviews or maybe, make clothes for that matter. Who can say?
He could talk about music and plugins and mixing and bass drums all day long, but when it's time to talk about a bucket hat, there's not a lot of water in that well.
Yeah.
Things start to go south. Things start to go south.
His passion is not burning.
But I mean, most musicians aren't really good at at chatting. Like so few people have genuinely like interesting, like coherent, valuable things to say because like they're saying everything with the music. But like that's true. Like they're kind of like saying everything with the stuff they're putting out, and maybe they're like doing that because they cannot coherently talk about other stuff. So like I don't like
But now musicians have to be good at conversation and interviews. It used to be like an optional thing. Like if you're a bad enough rock star, you can just do whatever you want. But nowadays, like with the media cycle and press and hot ones and podcasts and Rick Rubin and everything, you have to be also
Yeah.
good at talking to sell yourself, or you're not going to make it.
But I mean, that was always the case, right? Because people used to be like a million outlets, and it would be like, oh, I only have to do 10 interviews for this album. That's so small, or whatever, in like the
That's fair.
90s or whatever.
Yeah.
But like now I guess it's just like because you have to like be on a podcast and like seem really fun and interesting.
Unless you're at the top of the top, like Daniel Day-Lewis level,
Yeah.
you gotta tap dance nowadays.
And like some people are really good, like Azalea Banks. Obviously, you say one thing to her, she'll literally go for like 20 minutes, and you'll just be like, "Yeah, cool." Charlie, really great interview. Like, kind of a better thinker on pop music than like most critics.
Yeah.
Like, but then a lot of people, I think, just maybe kind of like. I think some people are just like so distanced from like the world and like culture and that kind of thing that like it's almost like reckless to like put them in front of a microphone and be like, so what's your opinion on like this thing or whatever. I don't know.
No, you're kind of
It's
right. Like I'd rather not hear from them because if I like their music and they fuck up, I'll never hear their music again.
The Ariel Pink effect, we'll call it.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
you
exactly.
nowadays you can bring some new fans on if you have extreme viewpoints and you make breezy.
Although,
music.
like, have you been on his Twitter lately? Because it is like the most depressing shit I've ever seen. It's like
No.
so pathetic and sad. He's just always tweeting. He'll like tweet some like conspiracy theory, and it won't even get like 4 likes or whatever. It's just like, and like I'm kind of like. Whatever.
My mom's
like,
getting more
maybe
likes for her butterfly pick.
I'm like, maybe you storm the Capitol or whatever, like dedicated to Bobby Jameson, like Ripper album. Like, I still want to keep listening to that. But then, like, it's just like you watch his like Tucker Carlson interview or whatever, and you're just like, this just makes you seem not cool. It's not that it's not that I'm mad about anything. Like, I'm like,
You're just not
you're
cool.
you're just kind of an edgelord. But like now, I just think you're like not cool. And then you go on the Twitter, and it's like, Dems will steal the election like they did last time. 2 likes. I'm like, my man, like we gotta stop. Like it's
That
like
is-
you could just
That is a little
people would
loserish.
forget about it. People forget about everything. But it's like if you just kind of if you make it your thing, it's like it's so it's real loser behavior. It's really
Ariel Pink should not have Twitter the way Bright Eyes probably doesn't have Twitter, and that's a good thing.
I mean, I would love to see Bright Eyes Twitter.
Ryan Adams does not use Twitter.
Chill. We don't talk about Ryan Adams in this podcast. Shaad, you told me that you buy a piece from the MIA collection of like metal
I got
clothing.
Did you get the silver bucket hat?
What did you
I
get?
got the anti 5G bag. I'm holding it up for the Zoom. Sorry, listeners at home.
So you have the anti 5G bag. What do you?
This is a silver metallic kind of weekender tote kind of thing.
Is it a weekender?
No, it's not. It's actually a bit smaller. It's like it's kind of it's like laptop size, obviously, because you want to stop your laptop getting those 5G rays. But have you guys looked at the collection? It's kind of chic.
So
no?
everything that you put inside of that bag is protected from 5G is the selling point?
Actually, no. So there's one pocket inside that has a Faraday cage, and it is
a what? A what?
a Faraday cage. It's like a special like thing that kind of like blocks signals in and out of something. And so there's
Hold
like
on. So if I put my phone in that cage, does it not receive messages?
So it's not it's just a pocket, and you slip your phone in. And so it's like if I'm listening to a podcast, so I'm listening to How Long Gone podcast, and I
Don't skip
put
the ads.
my phone in the like pocket, it stops. And it's like
Whoa.
it's really weird. And it's like it's kind of a fun party trick because you can be like, hey, check this out, and like
Yeah.
it stops. Someone's like connect, and like you don't receive calls if your phone is in that pocket. Which is kind of annoying if you just like absentmindedly put it in there, and then it's like
Hold on. Shaad, did you buy how much did this bag cost?
it's like $200.
Do you think you're the only person that bought one?
Very
Is it possible? Is it possible that you're the only person that bought one?
There are 7 of
possible.
us, and we are legion.
Okay.
We found
So
each other on
I-
Reddit. We're kind of trading tips, but
I bought it probably like a week, maybe a bit longer than a week after the line came out, and I was order number 1593. So that's not like a really good order,
You know,
right?
some people fake those things. I know, at least in streetwear world, you can manipulate those numbers to make it look like more or less.
Okay, but 1500 is pretty low manipulation upwards.
Very low. I mean, MIA is one of the greatest downfalls of our time. From truly the top of the world, beloved, to mocked only, and truly worm-brained.
But she's super rich. She's 50 and she looks 30. She looks younger than me, actually. She looks like 25.
You have better skin, but yeah.
Thank you so much. But I'm literally half her age. So, like, I should fucking have better
You
skin.
should,
Yeah, if I
basically.
didn't, I'd commit suicide on this Zoom call.
To be clear, it's very close.
For once, I'm not talking about looks, but I just mean that the music, like, she had 3 or 4, like, it was a truly beloved, like, crossover, like, important moment. It's not like Ariel Pink, where he made like a couple shitty indie rock records.
She made fun party music, and then she became kind of politicized and weaponized and radicalized, and that she no longer wanted to make fun party music anymore because the party was over.
No, but her latest album is still party music. Like, it's still kind of like.
But is it produced by Diplo? Because I don't want to hear it if it's not.
There actually are a couple of Diplo songs on it, I think.
He's got 102.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's necessarily a downfall. I think people think she's an idiot, but like she still headlines festivals and stuff. Like, I think she's one of those people who will be able to tour.
What
like,
festival
maybe in
she had?
Australia.
What festival she headlining, Shaad?
I don't know, but like some random
The fucking RNC in Milwaukee.
She's headlining Little Day Out in Perth.
Little Day Out.
R.I.P. Big Day Out. Thanks for digging that one up, Jason. I think that's really nice to think about the Big Day Out.
Little Day Out.
I like the idea of the pouch because if you're being tracked by the FBI or the CIA or something, you can put your phone in that pocket and instantly their radar beep, it just goes blank, and then you're untraceable.
I mean, yeah, it's a
and you could put your little Apple AirTag inside of there as well if you're trafficking humans. It's a great bag for traffickers.
and it's also it's lined with copper fiber. So you can't get it wet, which has been a real problem.
Which is
for
bad.
Me. Yeah,
bad
it's been
for
a real
London.
problem for this rainy
wonder-
summer we've been having.
I know sometimes after a few too many, you spill your Boddingtons on your bag, and then we're in trouble.
I don't know what Boddingtons is, but I do be spilling drinks on my bag.
It's
You
a
don't
type
know
of
what
tinny.
Boddingtons is? Oh,
I've like never heard of that.
it's probably before your
Is
time.
that like British? Is that like British in the way that Foster's is Australian? Because like in Australia, like no one's heard of Foster's.
I went through a phase where a lot of my friends drank.
Yeah, it was
Boddingtons.
a mod thing to drink.
Yeah, it was kind of a it was like a Brit lover thing to drink.
Have you guys seen these?
Absolute
No.
Sprite.
Yeah. Have you guys seen this? It's kind of the drink of the summer. It's so good. It's like
Sipping on Sprite.
I don't know. It just
Are you
tastes like
cracking one right now?
I'm cracking one right now.
So that's a hard Sprite, is what you're drinking.
yeah, it's an absolute branded hard Sprite. Nice little gradient on the can.
Yeah, where'd they get those colors from?
It's one of the best. I wonder if you can hear this. Maybe you can. Hopefully, the listeners at home will be able to hear that delicious fizz. It's one of the best new inventions. I'm like never amazed by products anymore, like beverage products, but it's kind of special.
Okay, you heard it here first. I don't think that has made it stateside. I have not seen those in America. I don't know if they've passed the FDA.
Yeah, I feel like
regulations.
this might be. I feel like this might be a UK.
UK. This is a
exclusive.
white label
They're doing
release.
a lot of innovation in the drinking space over here. They like,
yeah, you guys are always finding new ways to get fucked up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You really are. You really are. Are you gonna come to our show?
Yeah, well, but it's on my birthday, so you'll have to kind of do some kind of tribute.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, you know what, Jason? Let's remember. Tell our team to make sure they get a cake for Shaad for his birthday.
Yes.
What kind of cake? What flavor cake do you want? No ice cream. You know how that goes.
I'm not like a cake guy, but like plain. Plain is that a
Plain.
Is that a
You
cake?
sound like me, bro. Come on, not
Is
plain.
is that a cake flavor? I'm trying to. what's that? What's that?
I have
What's
such
the
a
one,
craving for
what's
a plain
What's
cake
the
right
bakery?
now.
What's the like the special, the like cute bakery?
Violet. Our
Yeah,
girl?
yeah, yeah. Violet. It has to be a violet. It has to be a violet cake. and then
I would
come.
love to get you a violet cake, but it's a little far.
Slow
out.
down, Diva.
It's a little far out. I don't know if I could. I might have to go to the Sprinkles ATM over there
Oh
in
my
Soho.
god, the one string you can't pull.
I'll see what they
cakes.
have at the Sainsbury. I'll get you a cake from Boots.
Okay, just as long as there's something in my honor, like I'll be
Actually,
there.
I think Jason. I think it's more appropriate if we get him a slice from Tesco Express.
We'll have the hard Sprite in the green room for
Slice
you.
of cake, not pizza.
Don't worry, you can't get a slice of pizza. You can't get a single slice of pizza like anywhere here. And when you can, it's like disgusting.
So do we have to go out after the show because it's your birthday?
Yes, exactly.
What pub are you taking us to?
Oh my god, maybe we should hit the club. Like kind of like
I agree.
like she should be in the club vibes. Like
What club? What is available to us off top?
Don't say Shy Girl DJ set.
I don't know yet. I got some irons in the fire. I'll never say Shy Girl. You will never catch me saying Shy Girl DJ set. What about DJ them jeans? Can you do kind of like a drop in somewhere?
Jason, bring your USB sticks. It's Shaad's birthday. Your
I've
gay
never
wedding set
flown
is
to
perfect
London
for
and
him.
not brought a USB.
Yeah, gay wedding set. Yeah.
Gay wedding
perfect.
set with a couple two-step. We got a couple garage joints in there. You'll be great.
It's garage. It's called garage, Chris.
not where I come from. This is like when I'm in France. I'm not going to say we. I'm going to say yes. God damn it.
I'm gonna say I listen to Speed Garage.
I listen to Speed Garage.
Speed garage. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start saying that and then getting kicked out of clubs.
I would love
I'm
to.
gonna
I would
say.
love to get kicked out of the club. All right. Well, happy birthday. That's going to be fun.
Thanks.
And yeah, just go ahead and buy your tickets, and then we'll see you after the show. It'd be great.
You save your receipt though.
Cool,
Save
cool.
your receipt, and we'll make sure you get reimbursed.
Save your receipt. We'll
Expense that
reimburse
shit. Expense that shit.
Expense
Yeah.
that to one of your many outlets that you contribute. If you guys like to read about music, Shaad's one of our preemptive voices that we have.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's
Thank
emerging.
you.
It's true. Honestly, it's true. And
That's how bad it's gotten.
It's not boring.
That you are at the forefront.
That is kind of how bad it's gotten. Sometimes I'm
it's
like,
gotten so bad that a 26-year-old Australian is taking the reins.
makes me sick. Makes me sick.
Wow, I like your Donald Trump impression.
Oh, I actually hadn't thought of it. That was just kind of like pure Shaad, kind of like off the cuff. But maybe I can work it into an impression.
Are you going out tonight?
No, I'm just gonna get a drink with a friend and then pass out in bed alone. Well, with my
Okay.
boyfriend, but yeah.
If you ever DJ, I think your DJ name should be Pure Shad. It has a nice Fred again style ring
is
to it,
nice.
I will say.
It
That's very
actually,
nice.
yeah, like maybe I could give Fred again. If you can give me some kind of like production lessons, I reckon I could usurp Fred again.
I do too,
really
because
nicely.
I'm sure he's yeah.
Besides Brian Eno being his uncle, you have a lot more going for
Oh
you.
my god! Stop, you guys, flattering me too much.
No, we love you. Thank you, Shaad, for doing How Long Gone, for
Oh,
chatting
I gotta
with us.
ask.
Yeah.
You know, I got the call late. I have to assume someone pulled out.
No.
the-
Actually, no one pulled out. It's because we're traveling.
Definitely.
It's because we waited to the last minute because we have to go to Newport Folk Festival tomorrow, which is when we usually record.
Oh, fun!
So yeah, if there's
with
any,
Yeah, we normally record on Thursday, but we're going to be in transit all day.
check out the
Yeah.
check out the lineup at Newport Folk Festivals. If there's anything I need to check out, that I'm missing.
I don't think I'm.
If there's any,
We've got
can
How
say-
Long Gone, Big Thief.
if there's any,
Oh.
no, big, I wish it was
No.
Big Thief.
Wait,
it's not
is
Big
it- if
Thief.
it-
It's Adrian Lenker
Adrian-
solo
Oh.
and Buck Meek
Lenker
solo.
solo.
Okay, if it was Big Thief, I mean, like, I want to know what happened with the band, with the little interband drama.
What's the interband drama?
Oh, the drummer was giving pro-Israel vibes.
He's from Israel. I think.
I heard that's not why he was
because they were going to
why
play
he was
there,
fired,
right?
though.
That was the whole thing.
What did you hear? What did you hear? Something different? I heard that they had political differences and they agreed to part ways.
It probably has to do with Adrian Lenker bringing her dog everywhere, and he was just sick of it.
I heard it wasn't Israel related, but like I just want to know.
He's like,
I
"Can
want
you
to
like,
stop?
bro,
Can you-"
the bus smells crazy. I am out of here.
He's like, we're doing really well. We're making a lot of money. You don't have to use your reusable water bottle as a slide anymore. You don't have to do this. You can get a slide from Guitar Center. I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me.
The drummer's like, if I'm not the stinkiest one in this band, then that is a problem.
That drummer has got swag though. I love how he plays. I can't lie. I love
great.
how he plays.
Yeah, I know that tour bus smell crazy. I just like.
Oh, yeah. The drummer's like the yeah. I think you're right. Actually, I think you're right.
Doesn't really matter. Same difference.
The rhythm section, we can
Wait,
trade
it's
them out.
actually. I think it's actually the bass player. Sorry, did I say drummer? I think it's the bass player.
No, and I haven't heard about it from you. You guys check out Shaad on all of the platforms. He's everywhere.
Actually, it's only Instagram. I don't have any other.
Is that true?
I've got a burner Twitter where I pretend to be a small blind dog.
Okay.
But public facing, I've only got Instagram.
Okay. Find you on Instagram. Thanks, Shaad. It was a pleasure. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Toodaloo.
Love you, mate.
Love you guys. I'll see you soon.
Later.
Bye.